Hi guys, happy Halloween. I didn't see you there. You know how it gets at this time of year. A little bit scary. Nearly had an heart attack then. That wouldn't have been good, would it? Welcome back to another Forge of Solace Paints. A little bit different one this week. I'm not going to be doing Killteam rules, which is scary in itself. I'm going to get back onto the painting bandwagon and get back into it. It's been a little while since I've put brush to mini, and I really fancied it, and I thought Halloween's a fantastic time to do that. As you might have noticed, right there I was looking at some Spellcrow products. Friend of the channel, they sent me some stuff over a little while ago to work on a large Killteam board that I'm working on, or starting to work on, and what I wanted to do is, before I got too deep into that, I wanted to do a little experiment and see how things are going to work out. And I thought that's a really great opportunity to do so. Not only can I get some experience with their products again, I can see if the idea that I've got for the lighting setup is going to work. And that's what I'm going to do today, guys. I'm going to do a small diorama that's in the flavour of the larger board that I'm putting together, and just make sure that the concept works. The idea of the underlighting cast by mostly candles in part of the board is really going to work. I was a little bit worried that how I normally paint my minis, which is quite clean. I tried to go for a grimdark style, but my natural style when I'm painting minis is quite clean and vibrant. I want to stay away from that with the scenery so that the miniatures pop on the board, but also I don't want them to look out of place. So here we are. That's finished, but you'll have to stick around and see how we get to that. Unless you've seen the thumbnail, in which case you'll have already seen what it turns out like. Like I say, Spellcrow have sent me across these minis and the components. It's not sponsored. I'm not obligated to use them in anything, but I do use their products. I really like them, and so I am going to use them. If you do like any of these products, then I'll put links down in the description, and you can head over to Spellcrow's website and pick up some for yourself. Okay, that's been said, let's have a look at what I'm going to do. Now, I always start these sorts of projects with a few sketches, and that's where we're going to start today. I find it easy to visualize what I'm going to do if I actually am visualizing what I'm going to do, and that usually means drawing some lines on some paper, even if it's just a loose, quick sketch of what I'm going to put together like this. It gives me an idea of the poses that I want, the bits that I might need to source, that sort of thing. I find it as part of my process that it really, really helps. And in this case, it let me think about how I was going to compose the scene. I'm not massively experienced with resin minis, though I have used Spellcrow a couple of times in the past before, and what I found is, compared to some other suppliers, there's actually very few mold lines or mold slip that I need to contend with, and that was true with these as well. I almost had no cleanup to do, which was absolutely fantastic, so that really cut down the amount of time I spent. In fact, this entire thing only took me a couple of hours. Now, like I said, I wanted to keep my palette to a minimum. I've listed all the colours down in the description if you want to see exactly what I used, but mostly it was very desaturated colours over the top of that original inverse zenithal. Mostly washes, a little bit of airbrush work, but again, it was very fast, very haphazard, not as deliberate as I normally do. That was really key to getting this. I wanted to try and at least capture the idea that the flames were flickering and bouncing off the armour, and how that would interact with the organic side of the Plague Obliterator. I'm not entirely sure I've got that 100%, and that's something that is going to come over time. It's not something that I normally do, so it was totally new to me. But it's the first steps on that journey. I think how I do that as part of terrain pieces perhaps is going to be a little bit easier. Certainly how I get that sort of reflection off of metallics is going to need a little bit of work. The thing with Space Marine armour is I'm never quite sure how it's supposed to look. We know it's made from ceramite, is it? How does that reflect light? Once there's paint over the top of it, what's the actual colour of it when everybody always seems to use like silver for chipping and such? Is it actually silver? Is it dull? Is it satin? Is it gloss? I don't know. It's down to our imaginations, and I didn't want to make it too glossy, because then you just end up with specular highlights, and that I don't think really makes for a particularly interesting mini. I wanted something that conveyed more of a horror, grimdark, Not just grimdark, it's like super grimdark, the next level of grimdark. Again, this is not entirely that, but it's on that road to my style evolving into that. I just kind of built up layers of where I thought the highlights would go. I tried to make the Plague Obliterator look as horrific as I could, and I tried to make the Marine genuinely look scared, but not scared to the point where they were terrified. Because after all, we know that they should know no fear. But I wanted them to have that sense of, they were worried about it. You know, it's like this might be the end, and I might be entombed in a dreadnought. I might end up Plague Marines. Who knows? This is his fall. Is it his last stand? Who knows? And I tried to get the lighting to tell that story. I kind of think it works, but like I keep saying, it's the first step. It needs to evolve. Perhaps I'll do it again. Did I need to put more lighting on there? Do I need to make the shadows stronger? One of my concerns is when we look at it from the back, there's almost no colour there, but it's supposed to be in dark. The Obliterator's supposed to be walking out of a dark corridor, so it would be dark, it would be black. But then, like all minis, there's a golden angle that you look at it. Consider that, then it works. But there's that side of me that just thinks, does it really work? I don't know. Let's take a look at it anyway, and tell me what you think. Well, this is what we ended up with. What did you think? I'm really happy with it, and I'm not sure how much of that is down to the fact that the miniatures are really great, but we're going to go for something a little bit larger scale, and, well, what's the worst that could happen? We have to repaint something. This is going to be the first step in my narrative Killteam campaign journey, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, be sure to stick around. Like I said earlier in the video, I wanted to chat a little bit about the future of the channel and what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of months. My life's changing a little bit at the moment, so I'm about to become a dad, which is going to put a little bit more pressure on the time that I've got to do this stuff. Now, I don't want to stop it at all, because I really enjoy doing it, and I really enjoy, well, the hobby. But what I am going to do is I'm going to see how a 2-week schedule works for me. I'm thinking I'm going to release a video every second Monday, and see how that goes for a little while. Chances are, once things have settled down, I'm going to go back to my weekly schedule. I'd be really interested to know as well from you guys what sort of content you like. I know the Killteam videos have performed really well compared to my normal sort of content, and if that's something that you want to see more of, then do let me know down in the comments. I want to have a healthy mix of the two, show both sides of the hobby that I'm really interested in, and hopefully have a little bit more of my personality come across. I've really enjoyed interacting with you guys, how you've watched me from starting out, to putting the table together, to learning Killteam, and hopefully to playing Killteam. Well, that's it for this week, guys. I'd love to know what you'd think about this miniature. If you are interested, check out Spellcrow. Links for all the parts are down in the description. And yeah, have a good hobby week. And remember, guys, if you're going to do crack, make sure it's plastic. See ya!